So this is May Mental Health Awareness Month, and I have a special guest with me. I've never actually met this guest in person, but I've met him online, and I know his family. Amazing man, entrepreneur, dad, husband. Um, he does a lot, and it's remarkable to have him here today. So welcome to the Unstuck podcast. I'm gonna let him introduce himself. So, floor is yours, my man.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. So Lance, my name is Lance, owner of a juice tailor. We're a cold press juice company. We do tailored juices for ailments, or just pick me ups, afternoon pick me ups, just overall well being. I'm a father. I'm a husband. I'm a black man. I'm all of the above.
I love it. Now, I love the last part. I'm a black man because it's really good hearing a black man actually talk about mental health. So, Lance, you own a juicing business. Tell us, how did you get into that?
So the way I kind of got into juicing, I always kind of been into like the health, the fruits and vegetables. With the juice is I would say it's multiple reasons why I got into it. The first one is just my overall well-being and my health. I always took that serious because I didn't want to be either overweight, out of shape, or just health issues at a young age. Because I see a lot of people have heart conditions, just overall unhealthy. And the regular American standard diet is fast food, the convenient Chinese food. Everything's right there at your pretty much your fingertips that you can either now they got DoorDash. You don't even have to leave your house now.
Yeah.
You just pick up the phone. Hey, I want this. I want a cheeseburger. I want this type thing. So that, and then like I used to, well, kind of still do, but found ways of with my juicing help like minimize that. I used to have real bad acid reflux. So what that had happened to do, like the top of my esophagus, it started closing because of the acid. So it's called I think Shotski's ring. I think it's called. So I end up just researching natural stuff for acid reflux. So I end up like putting some stuff together, making a juice. I've been, drinking the juice or whatever. So I noticed it actually helped me with my acid reflux. I used to have acid reflux bad, and then like with my esophagus closing, the top of it, food used to get stuck.
Wow.
So it's like mid kind of like choking, but because the food wouldn't go down. So I end up making the juice for that, and that helped the acid reflux. And I had to get a procedure done to actually widen it back open.
Wow.
But since I got the procedure done, like with the juicing and the lifestyle, I actually got my acid reflux under control, pretty much.
Wow. Now, how did you make the decision that you solved your own problem? How did you make the decision that you wanted to actually solve somebody else's problem with juicing?
Well, and another food, just my wife and kids, like especially kids. It's kind of a little hard to get them to eat the fruits and vegetables. So end up coming up with a juice for them. Like my daughter's 4, so end up coming with a juice for her. Like she really like, she's actually like my little employee, because she pretty
Yeah.
much helps me out and everything. So I end up coming out with juice. She liked it, and I'm like, if she likes the juice, I can definitely present it to older adults that because you get a lot of adults. I get a lot of adults say, "Oh, I don't like fruits. I don't like vegetables." Even like the water, like water is nasty. I'm like, so what do you eat? Like,
What do you
so it's
eat?
like, yeah, what do you eat? This is that's a lot of root causes of people's health, and it connected to the mental health too.
Yeah.
Just your well being.
What did you find when you started juicing for yourself, started juicing for your daughter and other people? As a black business owner, how does this affect how you see like the world now?
Um, the way I see the world is a lot of people have, I wouldn't say like health issues, just overall people's wellness isn't as good as it's portrayed type thing. Just because
Mm.
everything. So
Do you find now as being a business owner that you got the nutrition and stuff under control, mentally, how do you stay like sane with having a business, having kids, having a wife, and having other endeavors? How do you stay sane with all of that?
The way I make sure I stay sane. I try to make sure I carve out time for myself, carve out time for my
Mm,
family. I kind of just do like the juicing um at a point where I know, okay, my wife's at work, my kids at school, so let me get that done. So by the time they're actually at home, I have time to spend with my family, and make sure I have time for myself as well.
that's like the ultimate hack of a dad. Like you have to, like when they're home, you're like, there's no way this is
Yeah.
gonna be happening. How have you, as a black man, you know, how have you found it? How have you found time to actually carve out for yourself, with everything going on, like business demands, husband, father demands, your personal demands? How have you found time to carve out time for yourself?
I would just make sure, like I would either work out or try to go to the gym to, just get away, get my head
Hmm.
clear, just leave it in the gym, everything type thing.
Have you found it challenging to do that, or were you always that way?
Um, no, I like working out, so I don't really find it too challenging. It's just sometimes finding the time to do
Yeah,
it. So that's
yeah,
kind of like making sure I prioritize myself and my well being type thing.
yeah. And how do you as a black husband, how do you balance mental health with having a wife?
Um, I would say as a black man or just a man in general, I would say mental health is kind of looked down on, or like
Mm,
you don't seem like like a real man or a strong man if you have either you talk about mental health or you focus on it, or you're having mental health breakdowns or whatever type thing. It's kind of seemed as like you're weak, or you shouldn't be doing that pretty much.
hmm. Why do you think that? Because I know from me growing up, we were always taught, men don't cry, suck it up, and all these things. And then when we get older, it's like, well, we've shut down all those emotions for years. They're not gonna just open back up just because
How do you deal with
someone,
it?
yeah.
Yeah.
how what would you say could be? How could we change that for men now, like versus the way we may have grown up with shut down, block it out, go just work it out? How do you think we could change that?
I would say therapy. Therapy is real important to help change the feeling or change the outlook of men needing space, or men needing needs type thing, versus because of men as black men or just men in general, we take everything on, we pile it
Mm,
on, pile on, pile on, pile on. Then one little setback, one minor setback is like, okay, I'm everything's crumbling down. So it's kind of like just therapy, I would say,
I
and
love
making
it. I
time for
love it.
yourself.
I love it. Now I got into therapy and it took me a while. Not because I didn't think it worked. I just more so thought, men didn't go to therapy,
Yeah.
and I'm all for it. How did you make the decision that I'm going to actually sign up for therapy?
Um, I mean, it was hard at first because I would say just kind of talk with my wife, and then she really encouraged it. But I would say it's a little hard at first trying to find somebody that works for you, because it's like you're pretty much opening it up to a stranger you don't know. So it's kind of like you got to find a fit, somebody that works for you, somebody that has around your schedule too. So that's
Yep.
a little hard too, because it's like, okay, I'm only available from 5 to 7. It's like, oh, I can't do it that time. So it's kind of, finding somebody flexible and somebody that works for you, and has like a routine or something that you could follow type thing.
What have you found has been like one of your biggest aha moments with therapy?
Um, I would say just making sure I prioritize myself, and like therapy's not bad. So you get the presentation that it's like stigmatized or it's a bad thing, or you're crazy if you go to therapy. Therapy is very helpful, and I would say it's really good.
Yeah. I think as a black man, as a black business owner, or a man in general, I think honestly, I still always say it, and it means more now. I believe all business owners need therapy,
Yeah,
and
definitely,
I
definitely.
believe because wherever you're stuck at internally will show up always in your business of some sort. Have you found that having therapy helped you with business?
Yes, I felt that because it's kind of like okay, everything's prioritized with everything else. So it's like okay, my kids, my family, my wife, my household, my income. You pretty much take all that stuff on, and then it's like the therapist told me one day, "What about you? Like, what do you do for yourself?"
Woo!
So it's kind of like okay, as a black man, as a dad, as a man in general, like you take on so much because the world say, okay, you can handle it. You're a man, you're strong, but what are you doing for yourself?
Mm.
So
What do you think? What do you think? So let's say a man came to you and they were like, Lance, I already work out, but I don't feel like the mental health stuff is getting better for me. I'm already going to therapy, but I don't feel like it's getting better. What would you say to somebody like that?
a lot of I mean, it could be the therapist they have is not working out for them, so it's not a good fit for them. It's like a relationship, pretty much.
Yeah.
So like it's pretty much you're dating your therapist. So every time you meet somebody that doesn't work out, what do you say? Okay, I'm not going to date no more. I'm just going to be on my own. No, you find the next person.
Yeah.
You find somebody that's compatible with you to work with you in your situation. So
That's what happens though. People be like, all
I
men
give
are
up.
bad. I give up. You
Yeah,
like you
yeah,
dated
yeah,
one
yeah, yeah,
person
yeah. It's like, where
out
did
of
you
the
find this
million.
person at? Two. It's like, okay.
with 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 being a businessman, dad, husband, father, you recently had an incident where a fire happened at your
Yeah.
home. How did you navigate through that?
Still navigating with that, but it's like starting over because we pretty much
Mm.
lost this was December, so we pretty much lost everything, all our family possessions, all our material things. We lost our cat and dog too, but
Oh no, sorry.
yeah, so we that was a lot, going through. Then I pretty much lost the business. I had to start the business over because I lost all my machines,
Oh
everything. So
man.
starting from zero, but not zero because I built up a good community, a juicing community that still pretty much reached out to me. Hey, I want to support you or you and your family donations or whatnot, or I want to order stuff when you get back up and running. So it was
Wow.
starting from zero, but it was still I built that good foundation that I was able to once I got my stuff running. Hey, I'm back open. Okay, let me get this. Let me get this from you.
That says a lot about who you are if people were like, hey, this happened, we're gonna sew into you, we're going to make sure when you're back up, we're supporting you. How did you build that amount of goodwill?
I would say just good customer service and making sure I had a quality product, and that speaks for a lot for the product that is actually helping people because these are strangers. Like I met them here and there, met them online, so it's like I don't know these people personally, but they supported my business and I supported them, so we kind of poured into each other. I would say.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful, man. Did you feel did you feel at all that when you lost everything that I'm gonna stop the business completely?
I had those thoughts, but like I said, people were reaching out, so it's kind of like okay, I can get back up and running. I can get back because it's actually helping people. It's helping me by helping other people because I get messages, I get videos, I get pictures of people had the kids just drinking the juices type thing. So
I love
that
it.
really meant a lot to me that I'm actually helping people.
And how did you so for anybody who owns a business, right? We always say this, but I don't think we understand why good customer service matters more than that one transaction. Because like he just literally just said, they reached out to him, they were ready to support and stuff like that. If you're out here just selling stuff and there's no good customer service behind it, if something like that happens, people are like, well, they was just
Oh, on to the next, pretty much. On to the next.
they were saying they're
Oh,
selling the same thing at the gas station. So
yeah, yeah. Oh, it wasn't that good anyway, type thing. So yeah, definitely, definitely. So customer service is definitely number one priority.
I love it. I love it. With with all of that, just being December, we're only in May right now. What do you think is next for you? You know, you've gotten into therapy, you're in a better place, your head is you're focused, which I love. What do you think is next for Lance?
Just making sure. Well, we're still dealing with that situation, so we're still kind of dealing with that situation because I would say just keep moving forward and prioritizing my mental health, my family's mental health, my kids' mental health, and growing the business type thing.
One thing I can say honestly, if you guys we'll make sure we put it in the show notes. Lance's IG. Lance has some good posts and they're humorous too.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
I think
I try to put that in there.
I love it. The thing that I love is when all of this happened, I never saw him post in bitterness. Like I never saw him post in like anger and rage. And I'm sure things like that happen. I'm sure you can be that way, but he never put that out there. And I think that's a big sign of being healthy mentally because if you weren't and you let everything that happened seep into how you present yourself, I think that could have alarmed people, but I think more so it could have probably ruined your business. So how did you come up with this in your head that I'm not gonna go and just literally just go and go off because I'm going through something hard?
I knew, my family's counting on me, so I can't shut down. As a man, you got people relying on you. So it's kind of like I got to keep going. I got to keep going. I got to keep going. But still, in therapy, prioritizing my mental health, making sure I'm good. Because, like they say, you can't pour from an empty cup type thing.
Yeah,
So you got to make sure you're good to help other people.
I love it. I love it. So, Liz, our last part are just random questions. So, my advice is answer them as best as you can. They're super random. They have nothing to do about mental health at all.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right. So, first one, favorite movie.
I would say favorite movie, Bad Boys.
One or two?
One.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think they're coming out with a Bad Boys 4, right?
Yeah, I've seen the trailer. Yeah, I believe so. Yep.
You gonna go see that?
Definitely gonna go check it out. Hopefully, they kept up the momentum and storyline and everything. And sometimes, they like I would say like Fast and Furious. They keep going. Now they're flying cars into space and everything else. So it's kind of like
They should have killed that long time ago.
I mean, they're making money for it. Now it's just a superhero movie from cars, but
I was like, was that the goal to go from cars to like
flying
we're
cars.
the Jetsons? I was like, all right, that's the goal. Then I gotta step my game up. Favorite person to follow on social media?
Favorite person to follow. I mean, there's a lot of people.
It could be a hard one.
I would say my wife.
Nice.
My wife. She's really comical. I would say my wife.
Nice. I love that.
Yeah,
I love that. Yeah. Favorite non-healthy dessert?
I would say ice cream. I mean, it could be healthy or not healthy.
It could be
I
healthy.
guess, but I would say ice cream. So
now, are you doing like the Halo ice cream or like the regular kind?
no, regular ice cream.
Okay. I was
gonna go for it. You might as well go for it.
I was like, if you're gonna do it, just go do it.
You might as well do it. Yeah.
If you had a chance to own any car in the world, no price, no limit of price, it was given to you, what car would it be?
I would say Shelby Cobra.
Huh. Nice. What color?
Blue.
Nice. If someone said, I want to donate $100K to your business, you cannot spend it on bills, what would you do with it?
I would say put together like a clinic. I would use some money towards that, like, just uh, help people with juices type thing. So I would
Ooh.
pretty much have everybody, okay, here's juices for this and that type of thing.
So as in like you teach them what it is or teach them how to do it.
I would teach them what it is, like educate people. Because I always say, I mean, yes, I sell juice, I sell sea moss and all that stuff, but I still want you to be healthy. So if you're gonna take a something you see from me, and then do it yourself, I'm all for it.
I love it. Lance, you should have a podcast about like healthy living as a black man.
It's coming soon. Coming
There
soon.
you go. There you go.
Coming soon.
I
Coming soon.
love
Coming
it.
soon.
I love it.
Coming
Two more
soon.
questions. If you could travel anywhere in the world and stay there for 30 days with your family, where would it be?
Um, if I could travel anywhere.
You get flown out, everything's taken care of. You just gotta show up.
I would say Africa. I always wanted to see Africa. I mean,
Mm,
it doesn't really matter where, but I was just wanting to see that.
nice, nice,
Yeah.
nice. Last question of the day. Lance, if you had to start life all over again with what you know, what advice would you give yourself?
To go for it. Pretty much what happened this summer, I'm just living that now. So just to go for it. Because nothing else really matters. The material things don't matter as long as you have, your family, your mental health, you're good. So just go for it.
I love it, man. I love it. Now, Lance, tell the people where they can follow you and how they can get your juices.
So you can follow us on Instagram at JuiceHealer1 on Instagram, or you can go to our website, juicehealer.com. So JuiceHealer1 on Instagram or www.juicehealer.com. You can order juices or follow us.
Now, you guys go follow Lance, go get some juices. Lance, I'm not sure how often, but I know sometimes he does giveaways. Go and tap in with him. Go get healthy mentally and physically. And we can't wait. We heard it on this podcast that I think Lance will be launching a podcast soon. So we'll make sure we go follow, we go show love, and get you guys some good information. Lance, thank you so much for being here, man. Learned a lot. Appreciate you a lot. And I'm inspired, man, to go through what you've gone through and to come out or be in the midst of it with a smile is amazing, man. Thank you so much for coming today.
Appreciate it. Thank you for having me on here. Really appreciate
Anytime, man. Anytime. Take care, King.
All right, you too. Thank you.